All right, now that we have our outline done, if I go over here to the right side where my layers are, there's a little eyeball. Just like in Photoshop, Illustrator, and many other programs, the eyeball will hide the layer. So I'm going to click the eyeball of my original photo just to get a good look at my outline. Let's bring back in the photo. We're going to be sampling colors directly from the photo itself. Oh, I'm going to make some slashes there real quick. If we sample these colors right now, we're going to get these like faded colors. So we want to go back into the layer settings of the stock photo. So let's click on the layer once. You can tell it's selected because of the light blue. Click on it a second time, and we have to unlock it first. So where it says unlock layer in the bottom left, go ahead and click that. Now you have to go back into the settings again. And I want you to bump the opacity back up to 100% so we can get legit colors here. We don't want to work on your outline layer anymore, so we actually should go into the outline settings. So click on the layer, click on it again, and where it says lock layer now, lock the outline. Let's go back to stock as well and lock stock. So if you look closely, there are these like lock icons on both of these layers right now. That's perfect. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a new layer. To do that, there's a plus sign at the top of the layers. If you hit that, it'll make a brand new layer. I recommend that you move this layer underneath your outline but above your stock photo. Click and hold on it so that it gets transparent like this and swipe it right down right below the other one. Now we can draw on it, but we can still see the outline above it. You're still going to draw with your paintbrush tool, so you don't need to change your tool at all for this. And I'm going to just literally start on the dog right now. He has a little bit more detail than others because you can see like the fire in his eyes. So what I do to sample a color is click and hold down on your screen, and you will get this crosshair that comes up like this that you're seeing move around right now. Wherever you let go, it will sample that direct color. There will probably be more colors in what you choose to do for your real project than there are in this image, but we can still utilize these right now. After I have a color selected, that orange right there, I'll zoom in heavily for this. I'm just going to quickly draw relatively where that color is. If I go back to the layer with the image on it and I hit the eyeball, I'll hide it. The reason why I recommend hiding it is because now you can fill it in like this. I don't recommend that you use the paintbrush tool for a couple reasons. There's layer inactivity with it, and it also leaves these pixelated lines. You get the best result if you literally manually color it in. It doesn't take that much longer, so I do think it's worth it. There's a slightly different color here. I'm being very picky, and I'm gonna put that color in right there. And then I will put the image back in and sample the darker black. I'm hiding the photo when I draw the color in just so I can make sure that I don't have any gaps. It gets tricky when you're drawing white. I'm not gonna get actual white. I'll get like an off-white here. I will hide the thing, and I will draw that in around his eyes and fill that in. So what you're looking at, or for anyway, is you're looking to apply like a base coat, a solid coat of color in all areas of your photo. The more detailed you get, the better it is in the long run, or the easier it is in the long run, but you can kind of pop the color there, you know, like that's relatively where that color is, and then I just fill it in. Don't worry about being super accurate, and in larger areas you can get really big. So let's move on out and we'll go to the fire over here. This is like essentially all one shade of yellow. So I'm gonna go over to the brush slider and I'm gonna turn the size up really big. I'm gonna hide the photo here real quick, and I'm just gonna pop in some yellow. Maybe I'll bring back in the photo and I'll just see if the color changes by grabbing a different one. And it does, but it is like really subtly different. So I'm just gonna move that in, kind of get that around there. Decrease my brush size a little bit because I don't want the yellow touching the orange border, or much anyway. It's okay if you go over a little bit. You can always adjust later. And you can fill in bulk areas like this. So detailed areas, zoom in, take a small brush. Large areas, go around it, take a big brush. And you are trying to fill this entire thing with solid coats of color. I'll be attaching a finished example of coloring when I'm done with this project here, or example, and then we can kind of take a comparison. So go in, sample colors. I'm going to be calling this the base coat because we are going to be applying detailed colors over top of this. So have fun, and we'll talk in a bit.